commitment is often born from personal experiences. When I was phone banking in the primary, my last call was to a 93-year-old veteran. He shared that he couldn't vote because he didn't have a pen. His caretaker didn't understand and kept bringing him gel pens instead of ones with blue or black ink necessary to fill out the ballot. I said, "I'll be there in 10 minutes. I went to Scotty's house and I listened while he shared his life with me. He also shared that he had not had any contact with his neighbors in 5 years. He asked me to be his friend, and I wondered how many more Scotties there were in Thousand Oaks. I am now working on a pilot project called Scotty's Pen, which matches volunteers with homebound seniors, giving them comfort, friendship, and social interactions. I went to Andrea Gallagher from Senior Concerns, who enthusiastically supported the idea. And while I was with Andrea, I noticed that there were no handrails for the adult daycare folks. So I contacted a friend at the Rotary and asked him to please get some members together to help get these handrails to start, and then to continue down the list of other needs. I am a doer. I love a challenge where I can bring people together to find solutions. I was instrumental to the SOAR initiative being on the ballot, and I was the vice chair of the City Oak and Landmark Committee. I'm a founding member of the Conejo Oak Tree Advocates, where we strengthen the oak tree protections that were adopted by the City Council. Currently, the city's top 10 priorities have no inclusion of senior issues. The process for the priorities list was woefully negligent in the inclusion of senior input. When seniors were being shut out of the city's priorities, I became an original member of the Community Senior Living Group. I am there listening, participating, and working towards solutions. We heard about the Pinecrest School property becoming available. It is a perfect 11-acre spot for assisted living units and affordable senior housing. KB Homes is interested in this property and now say they will do a very small percentage of senior affordable housing units in order to go forward with regular housing units. I am skeptical. When Dos Vientos was built, 225 affordable senior units were to be built as a part of the deal, and they never were. Council will tell you seniors are one of their top priorities, and yet the top 10 goals approved by the City Council, none of them address senior issues. We have council that has voted against senior housing, and last week their planning commissioners approved a non-affordable apartment complex specifically for millennials, once again leaving seniors out. 50% of the city workforce is scheduled to retire in the next 5 years. This is an opportunity to take a strategic look at how the city is organized and how services are delivered. Seniors are 30% of TO population and growing and deserve to have necessary services. The village-to-village concept, of which I am a supporter, takes individual factors into account, whether or not someone is widowed or widowered, socioeconomic status, and other factors that have a great impact on where and how people choose to live. The village-to-village model allows seniors to age in place if they so wish. Just as importantly, this model also provides the opportunity for seniors to be the recipients and also the providers of service. That, as we all know, is a factor that has a positive indicator for lifespan and a sense of purpose, a decrease in loneliness and depression, and an increase in general happiness. Unfortunately, income seems to decrease just as the need for it increases as we age. Where I am a staunch advocate for Social Security, one of our candidates, Pastor McCoy, is for abolishing Social Security. In fact, he said on April 15th, 2011, we need to abolish Social Security. Last week, he said he didn't like that I brought this subject up. Let's not scare the folks, he said. He is right. It is scary to have an elected official state right there on YouTube that they want to abolish Social Security. And no, Social Security is not an issue that we vote on at the City Council level, but it may tell you how a candidate will be supportive of seniors or not. I'm honored to have endorsements from so many community leaders, including several in the senior community, including Nancy Healy. I am most proud, however, of the endorsement I was given at a senior event, where I received an envelope with 2 crinkled dollars inside. What a gift from the heart to my heart. That said, I believe in you to do your best to do right by me. When I was 12, my grandmother had a series of strokes. My mother had to work, and so I was sent to live with her and care for her. I lived with her that summer, and through that time together we became the dearest of friends and the closest of hearts. I wasn't a great cook then, so we had a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches, my specialty, which we would watch in front of the Lawrence Welk show. When she died, I of course was devastated. It was then that I made the decision to begin my life in community service by volunteering at our local nursing home. And that was just the beginning of a lifetime dedicated to serving others through community and public service. I have been going strong ever since, and hope I will have the honor of serving all of you as your next city councilwoman. Thank you so much for your time.
Good afternoon. Let's be quiet now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to see you. Hello, Nick. How are you, sir? My name is Al Adam, and I am running for re-election to the Thousand Oaks City Council. I was elected in 2012, and I'm up for re-election here in 2016. When I look out at the room here, I think what I'm seeing is our greatest generation. Am I not? That's right. All right. I want to thank you all for the service you've given to your country. I am a member of the baby boomers. I'm one generation behind you, but I'm catching up fast. It was my birthday yesterday, as a matter of fact, so...
How old?
Oh, geez. That's a good question. I'm in my 60s. Let's put it that way.
It's 27.
Yeah. Thank you. But, so I know what it's like to age. My mom is 80.
You know, to us that sounds very young. So.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, I'm glad to hear that. My mom is 86 years old now. My dad's 90, and they live in Westlake Village in their home. They're aging in place. I'm very happy about that. But you know what they say, the old expression, age is a question of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Right? And I know you guys are all very active people, and you're on the ball, and I'm really glad to be here today. I'm from the flower power generation. Remember the flower power generation? And now I'm senior power. So I came here in 1977, been here for 39 years. I came from a faraway place called New Jersey. Anybody from New Jersey? The East Coast here? Yeah, we love the East Coast. Oh, Nancy is, of course.
New York.
Yeah, but I've been here a long time. But we go back and visit.
From what city, Jerry?
I was from, I grew up in Philadelphia, actually, and then I moved to Marlton, Cherry Hill area.
Marlboro?
Marlton.
Oh,
Marlton, South Jersey, near the Jersey. We went down the shore a lot, so. But it was a great experience. But I moved out here when I was just out of college and started a business, which I'm still running. And I got involved in the community, you know, with nonprofits. I served on the YMCA board for 25 years. I was a member of the Alliance for the Arts. It's a great way to meet people. It's a great way to serve your community. I got involved with politics. I was appointed to our planning commission, which is a very important place to be. And from there, I ran for city council. Took me a couple of tries, but I finally won, and here I am today in front of you. You know, when I came onto the council in 2012, it was really kind of a divided council. You know, everybody wasn't getting along so well. But that's changed. That has changed. In fact, the Ventura County Star, you all know that paper, right? Yeah, they endorsed me for re-election. What's that name?
Red Star.
Yeah, whatever. They endorsed me for re-election. And they also said that we meet on Tuesday nights. They said the city council used to be the Tuesday night fights, but now it's peace in the valley.
We want it back.
You want the fights back. It's boring. He doesn't want that. So I like to take a little credit for that. I think that I brought some consensus to the council. Oh, thank you, Nick. And I'm happy with that. You know, when I came on board, one of the promises I made, and the Acorn says that I do keep my campaign promises. I said I'm going to save some taxpayer dollars, right? You're all on fixed incomes, are you not?
Yeah.
Right? Well, don't you think the city should be on a fixed income too? Live within its means, right? Okay, well that's what we're doing. When I came on board, we had an unsustainable pension system, and I negotiated with the 4 unions. And now the employees of Thousand Oaks are paying their own contribution to the retirement plan. You're not paying it anymore. They're paying their own contribution. You know how much that saves each year? $2 million a year. $2 million a year saved in taxpayer dollars. So since I've been on, that's $8 million we've saved. We worked hard to get Hill Canyon Treatment Plant environmentally 100% self-sufficient. That's saving about $300,000 a year. We saved $700,000 a year on water conservation. And when I came on board, the theaters, you know, we have 2 theaters, right? The Civic Arts Plaza, the Shear and the Cavally. $500,000 in the red. Can't have that, can we? Worked hard to get that changed around. We're now in the black. So if you add that up, it's about $3.5 million a year that we're saving since I got on the council. So I feel like thank you very much. Yeah, $3.5 million.
What a hero.
That's not chicken feed. So I feel like I accomplished what I said I was going to do. Save some taxpayer dollars. There's another thing that I brought with me when I got onto the council. I brought a term limits initiative with me. Now, before this initiative was passed here in Thousand Oaks, you could serve on the city council as long as you want. We had people serving 30, 35 years on the council. Do y'all think that's maybe a little too long? Yeah, I thought so too. So I brought forth the term limits initiative. I collected 14,000 signatures, put it on the ballot. It passed by, you ready for this? 78% of the vote. 78% of people in Thousand Oaks thinks we should have citizen legislators, not career politicians. So now you can serve 12 years on the council. That's pretty generous, don't you think? Yeah, 12 years. And if you want to sit out a term, you can run again. Because we need new faces in there now and then, new blood. I'm a new face. Yeah, believe it or not. So I got that passed. Now, as far as seniors, it's one of our, I got to tell you, it's one of our top priorities. We are extremely focused on seniors in Thousand Oaks. As Ann mentioned, they're 30%, seniors are now 30% of our population, and that population is rising. So we do need senior affordable housing. The Pinecrest School, which is behind the boulevard, it's up for sale. It's 11 acres. The developer wanted to put in about 144 townhouses. And we said to them as a council, well, okay, that's fine, but we want senior affordable housing there as well. So we're looking at a potential of as much as 65 senior affordable housing units, which would be close to half of the allocation in that spot. It's a perfect spot for it.
Where's that spot?
That's right off the boulevard, kind of behind where
Bowden
Camp.
Home Camp. Thank you. So we're gonna get senior, and now we also have Grande Vista, which just broke ground the other day, 130 units. This is an assisted living facility that's going in, and there's a proposal for Duesenberg Drive. Y'all know where Duesenberg Drive is? It's right near the car wash.
Yeah.
That's a good spot. We're looking. I'm very, very favorably looking at that, and that'll be senior affordable housing. It's right in the heart of town. Lots of things to do, lots of amenities. So we're thinking that that's going to go too. So it's definitely on our mind. You know, every year we give out community development block grants, and I've insisted since I got on, I want to give more of these to low-income seniors, and that's what we're doing. Last year we just gave $185,000 to our 2 mobile home parks, Ranch and Thunderbird, which are low-income folks. They need the money. They need to fix up their units. They need to put in some steps. They need to, you know, put in a water heater, this kind of thing. So I pushed for that, and we got it. We also have something that's very exciting. It's called Village to Village. Nancy's running that. Nancy Healy right back here. It's a great concept to allow seniors to age in place, to stay in their homes, because ideally you want to stay in your house, right? If you can. Now I know you're here and this is a beautiful spot, but some people want to stay in their home as long as they can. And Village to Village is a way for you to connect with other seniors to help each other out. If you need your trash cans taken out, someone can come over to help you. If you need a friend to go to the movies with you, someone can come over and help you do that. If you need somebody to watch your pet for a while, someone can come over and help you do that. It's a great concept. Nancy's working on it. I'm behind it 100%. I'm going to see if we can try to get some funding for that down the road too. And that'll help seniors. So we've got a lot of assisted living going in. We've got senior affordable housing working. We're well aware of how important seniors are to our community. Just a couple other quick things. We're almost done the 10123 project. In fact, we're having the ribbon cutting in a week. So that's just about done. You know, those ugly utility pole or telephone poles on Teal Boulevard, up there towards the Auto Mall. There's 48 of them, taking them all down. We're going to underground the utilities, it's going to look beautiful. We're putting trees, it'll be a big enhancement to the city. And also, well, since I'll bring it up since we're pretty close here, we have the Los Angeles Rams here in Thousand Oaks now, right? Over at California Lutheran. They're here temporarily. We'd like to see the Rams perhaps be here permanently, because they bring a huge economic benefit to the city of Thousand Oaks. A $200 million payroll that they bring. And they employ a couple of hundred people, and there's a lot they could do for the city, so we're working on that as well. So those are just a couple of things. I don't want to go on and on forever here, but you know, the Star, I mentioned the Star before. The Star endorsed me as your council member, and the Star also, the readers of the Ventura County Star picked me as the best elected official in the county of Ventura. Also the most modest. So they recognize that trait in me. But I would really like a chance to finish out another 4 years, because there's a lot left to do, and I could go on and on, but let me assure you folks, we are very well aware of our senior issues, and it's a top council priority. So thank you, I look forward to your questions.
My name is Billie Martin, and I'm a Thousand Oaks lover. To prove that fact, I have developed a Thousand Oaks Lover t-shirt on the front and on the back. Thousand Oaks, America's greenest city. And this is something that we have a great deal of pride in here. Al mentioned some of the things that make us America's greenest city. First of all, our name is green. Second of all, the Hill Canyon wastewater treatment plant is state-of-the-art, as is our hazardous waste material facility on Rancho Conejo. And we have the largest percentage of open space of any city in the United States, except for Boulder, Colorado. And that's why we were here, that's why we came here, and that's why we're going to stay here. We want to keep that. Our Parks and Recreation District is wonderful. Al mentioned a number of senior projects and other projects on the boulevard, and I'd like to say I'm very proud to see these things happening. We actually had a number of senior projects, senior affordable housing projects that were all designed and ready to go, but they weren't able to put them in the areas they wanted to. I think we need to do a little bit more homework, and hopefully we can get back on track with senior affordable housing and affordable housing in general. In fact, I bought my first home in Thousand Oaks on an affordable housing project sponsored by the city of Thousand Oaks in the mid-'80s. It offered first-time residents lower interest rate, a lower down payment. And one of the things about affordable housing, and people think it's shoddy, people think it's not up to par, but affordable housing, if you check with the state government, has quite high cap now. Affordable housing is quality housing. And it was in the 80s as well. There were 5 projects that year, including Camelot and Hidden Canyon, where I bought on Via Colinas. And they've gone up 5 times in value since. I'd like to take a moment to brag, I guess. When I arrived, I've been in this town since 1976. I got my first job at the Thousand Oaks News Chronicle. First community affair was marketing director for the Tim Conway Celebrity Golf Benefit for United Cerebral Palsy Spastic Children's Foundation. In 1978, I co-founded the largest ad agency in Ventura County, and we received a number of awards. In 1979, I was editor and founder of Westlake Magazine. In 1981, I headed the launch team for the City of Westlake Village and co-designed the city seal, which is also used for signage as well as their logo, and it's still in use. In 1986, I conceived and managed development of the first Conejo Valley Business Expo. In 1988, I rebranded and oversaw re-engineering of the North Ranch Mall as marketing director. In 1996, I was editor and publisher of the Conejo Business Times for the Thousand Oaks Chamber of Commerce. In 1996, I conceived the Thousand Oaks Adopt an Oak program. In 2000, I presented what you may have seen, and I've never had a meeting with the city, but it was the copper topper overlay of a giant oak tree made out of 1,000 individual oak trees, and it was designed to raise $500,000 for oaks and the arts. In 2004, I directed and produced Home Life TV, and my Reagan funeral segment that I shot in Thousand Oaks is archived in the museum. In 2010 was my first run for city council in the largest field in Thousand Oaks history. I came in 11th out of 30. I mean, excuse me, 11th out of 13, I'm sorry.
30.
Nick says it wasn't the largest field, but it was large enough. In 2012, I originated the Caneo Valley Film Festival, featuring movies shot in the Caneo Valley. This is our 5th and final year this year. In 2013, I participated in the city's environmental and tourism forums. In 2013, I served a 2-year term on the Thousand Oaks Business Roundtable. In 2014, I designed, conceived, and executed this 50th anniversary historical calendar with mostly Ed Lawrence photographs, and every single photograph has a picture of an oak tree. I consider myself one of the city's quintessential oaks advocates. In fact, in 2014, I wanted the city to have a permanent marker to mark the 50th anniversary, and as a result, I conceived of planting the Golden Oak Memorial on the grounds of the Civic Arts Plaza in the shadow of the signature oak. And at that time, after the ceremony, Andy Fox called me a visionary. Wow. Correct? Yeah. And as far as the star endorsement, I did not participate in seeking that endorsement, and one of the reasons I didn't is because they have a history of always picking incumbents, so I figured there wasn't any chance for me. This year, if you heard of Jungle Land, this year, more than other years, it's because I conceived of the 90th birthday Jungle Land tour, and I created a photo exhibit, and we've traveled around to at least 6 or 7 venues in town, and it'll be on permanent display at the Caneo Valley Historical Museum. The reason I'm running for city council is I've been involved a lot, and I've done a lot, and there are a number of things that I proposed to the city, and I never seem to be able to get past standing in front of the public comments. I also think that there are some things that need to be changed about the city. This button is my button from 2010, and it was the buck stops here. This year I've got a more positive statement: make a great city greater. I do love this town, and I think we have a great place to start. We're almost there. We're at the goal line. The last frontier, the first frontier was Thousand Oaks Boulevard, and that's the last frontier. And I think that's the perfect spot to have, as Al stated,